Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name's Joelle at Closet by Joelle, and I am a full-time reseller on Poshmark, Depop, eBay, and Mercari. And today I have a what sold video for you for the last 2 weeks of January on Poshmark. If you've seen my what sold videos in the past, you know that I usually talk about consumer trends in my sold listings rather than going over every single sold listing. I am doing something kind of similar, but this time instead of talking about consumer trends, I will be talking about my quickest sales of the month. And when I say quickest sales, I mean what was listed in January and what sold in January in the last 2 weeks. And I will say, a little spoiler alert, I have been selling a lot of activewear. I definitely have a lot of Lululemon pieces to go over. I don't know why, but I am thinking maybe because we are in the new year and people are trying to stay more active. I also think it is starting to kind of warm up, not for me, but in a lot of other places. It is starting to warm up and transition to spring. And so a lot of people are looking for more activewear pieces, not only to stay active, but because it's a great transition piece when it is starting to get warmer. But for whatever reason, I have a lot of activewear to go over. In this video, I will have, I think, 11 sales to talk about, again, that sold within 2 weeks or less of listing. So let's get right into the first sale, which is this Ink and Burn 2019 Monarch pullover that sold on a $42 offer sent by myself. This was a new to me brand, but naturally when you look at the picture, it is an eye-catching piece. And so when I saw it at the thrift store, I had to look the brand up. I didn't really expect much of it because there wasn't really an interior tag. It did have the brand, but there really wasn't a lot to it. It just didn't seem like a higher end brand. But when I looked it up, I saw it retailed for $85 and it had really great sold comps on a lot of their pieces. Ink and Burn has a lot of very eclectic and vibrant pieces like this Monarch pullover. So if you see it in the thrift store, it is very hard to miss. And if I did see this brand again, I would definitely pick it up. I'd probably pay up to around $10 to $15 for a piece depending on condition. This shirt cost me just $4.99 and I had it listed for $70, which was definitely on the higher side. But I will say it got a lot of attention on all of my platforms. But since I wasn't getting any offers, I thought that it might have been a little overpriced. And so I did send out an offer for $42 on the last day of January. Someone accepted that offer almost immediately. And after fees and cost of goods, I profited a quick $26.89 for this Ink and Burn pullover. Next up is probably my most trending item of this what sold video. And if you want to hear me talk a little bit more about trends in 2023, definitely make sure to check out my other most recent video. I just talk about general tips and tricks for scaling your business in 2023 on Poshmark. But for $35 and after just 2 days of listing, I sold this Ralph Lauren black denim maxi skirt. Denim maxi skirts, for whatever reason, are trending in 2023. I feel like a few years ago, the denim mini skirt was trending, and that trend definitely didn't stick. I feel like I never sell denim mini skirts, and it is definitely a slow sale if I do manage to sell one. But now the denim maxi skirts are trending and I sold one within just 2 days of listing. I am now looking for them every single time I go out sourcing. I had this listed on the higher side for $50. I contemplated listing it anywhere between $40 and $50, but I figured I would list it a little bit higher because I knew that since it was a trending item, that it would get a lot of attention and I would most likely receive an offer from someone. And if I didn't receive an offer after a while, I would definitely send out maybe a 30 or 40% off offer to all of my likers. So I thought that $35 was a really reasonable offer. And this maxi skirt cost me just $4.99 at one of my favorite thrift stores. And after fees and cost of goods, I made a quick $23.01 for this Ralph Lauren denim maxi skirt. All right, now we're on to all things Lululemon. I have 6 Lululemon sales that sold within just 2 weeks or less of listing. Lululemon was my best-selling brand of 2022, and it is already off to a good start being my best-selling brand of 2023. I will say that 5 out of 6 of these sales are Lululemon pieces that I did pay up for. I sourced them at a Lululemon pop-up outlet in Fort Worth when my boyfriend and I took a trip down to Dallas and Fort Worth. So these were pieces that when I sourced them, I knew that I wouldn't make a ton of profit per item, but I made sure to purchase either best-selling items or in-demand items with the hopes that I could make quick flips on all of these items. I've already sold 5 out of 6 items from this haul. The only thing that I have left to sell is another Align tank. But first, we will talk about these Lululemon beanies. I sold all 3 beanies. The first one was the black ribbed merino wool beanie that sold on Closet Clearout Day when I dropped the price from $50 to $30. I know that is a pretty drastic drop to my prices, but I did list this beanie for $50 based on suggested comps. The retail is just $54, and if you don't know, I send a 20% off initial offer on my listings rather than what I used to do at 10%. So from the start to a new liker, and this listing did rack up a lot of likes, I would send out a $40 offer plus discounted shipping. And this beanie received a ton of likes within just the first couple days of listing. So I thought that if I dropped it down to $30, that would be a really attractive price to all of those likers. And I could still make a quick flip and a pretty decent profit. So when I dropped that price, it did sell almost immediately for $30. I paid $9 each for these beanies. And so after fees and cost of goods, I profited $15 for this black ribbed merino wool beanie. Next up was another Lululemon wool beanie. It is the exact same one, just the pomegranate color. Again, it cost me $9 and it sold on a $30 offer sent from the buyer. This one sold the day after I sold the black beanie, and I did raise the price back up to $50 after dropping it to $30. So when I received a $30 offer the next day from a new liker, I did not hesitate to accept it because obviously I was willing to sell it for $30 the day before. So it made sense to accept this one. So for this exact same beanie, just in a different color, I also made $15 profit after fees and cost of goods. All right, next up we have the Lululemon wool beanie. This time it is in the heathered gold gray. And this one sold a little bit lower for $24 from an offer from the buyer. When I first listed this beanie, I received a $28 offer. Now, as I said earlier, I had these beanies listed for $50, and so I felt like that was a little too low, and so I countered $40 on that offer. As the days went on and I kept receiving likes on these beanies, I was kind of regretting not accepting that offer because that would have been a really quick flip. Fast forward to the other day when I received another offer on that beanie. This time the person offered $20 for it. That was just way too low because again, I paid $9 for these beanies, and so I would have only profited $7 for that, which is just not worth it. So I did counter that $20 offer, and I will show you all the screenshot of how we went back and forth, but I finally decided that $24 would be good enough, especially because I had sold almost all the items from that Lululemon outlet haul. So I was really just happy to see it go with all those other beanies, especially to get such a quick flip. And after fees and cost of goods for this gray beanie, I made $10.20. All right, next up we have 2 Lululemon Align tanks. They were the ribbed crop tank tops, which are really popular. If I can find the Lululemon listing, I will share the details with you all. But the ribbed tank top does retail for a little bit more than just the classic Align tanks. And when I looked up sold comps for this tank top, I figured that it was worth it to pick up 2 of the tank tops. I picked up a size 6 and a size 8, and they cost me $19 each. Even though it was a little scary for me to pay $38 for just 2 Lululemon tank tops, I was still hopeful that they would be a quick flip, and I was really happy to see both of them sell within less than 2 weeks of listing. I want to say I had these listed for $60, maybe $65 on Poshmark, and they were actually on sale on the Lululemon website when I purchased them. I think they were on sale for $50, but when I was sending out the offer, it was going from $60 to $48 with discounted shipping, and they were also about to sell out on the website, so I decided to just get them listed, hopefully rack up some likes, and then when it is sold out on the website, maybe I could get some offers on these tank tops. So the first one sold when I dropped the price on these tank tops from $60 to $45. I was really hoping that someone would pick it up because I think I had over 10 likes already on the listing. It sold within just a couple of hours after dropping the price, and as I said earlier, I paid $19 each for these tank tops, and so for this first one, I profited $27 after fees and cost of goods. Now the next Align tank top, since I had already dropped the price to $45, I really didn't want to drop it any lower than that. So I was hoping to receive either an offer from a buyer or that someone would accept my 20% off offer. And for this one, it sold on a $40 offer sent from the buyer on the $60 listing. Like those 3 beanies, with these tank tops, I was really happy to see quick flips for both of them. And because of that, I was very happy to accept that $40 offer, especially because it was just $5 lower than what I had dropped the price to. And after fees and cost of goods, I profited a quick $23 for the second aligned tank. All right, now we are on to a Lululemon item from my personal closet. For $65 on Closet Clearout Day, I sold this Lululemon Scuba oversized half zip hoodie. If you do not know, this Scuba, specifically the one with the hood and the half zip oversized style, is really popular. A lot of the colors sell out almost immediately on the website, kind of similar to the Lululemon belt bags. And I also rarely see these in the actual stores or in the pop-ups that I've been to. So if you can find some new with tags or pre-owned, definitely make sure to look up comps and specifically look up the colorways, because again, a lot of colors will sell really well, and oftentimes the new with tags ones will sell for over retail. But again, it's very important to look up sold comps because you do not want to overpay. I was lucky to have this one in my personal closet. I had actually purchased it pre-owned from someone on Instagram. I knew that eventually I would sell it, but I did wear it for about a year and I really liked it, but I decided that I didn't really like the size. I definitely wanted to have a bigger oversized fit. And this was a hoodie that racked up over 20 likes within just a couple of days of listing. I was sending out that initial 20% off, but I wasn't receiving any bites on the listing. Finally, on Closet Clearout Day, I dropped it from $90 to $65. And one of my biggest strategies for Closet Clearout Day is to send out messages to the likers. And I initially dropped the price. I don't send a message out to the people that have already liked the listing because they are getting notified by Poshmark. But if there are any new likers, even though they might see that the price has been dropped and they can get discounted shipping, I make sure to send them a message and let them know that they can only get this for the next 6 hours before the price goes up. And after I sent that message to this buyer, the person purchased it almost immediately. The same thing happened with one of the Lululemon Align tanks that I sold. So I think that sending out that closet clear out message to new likers is a really great strategy to make sales. I used to not participate in Closet Clearout Day, but recently I have been making sales almost every time I participate. And I really think that sending that message to likers makes a difference. So this Scuba sold in less than a week of listing, and after fees and cost of goods, I profited $52 total. All right, we have 4 more sales to go over. This next one was one of my favorite sales and one of my best sales of the month. For $112, I sold these 7 for All Mankind Dojo Flare jeans. Like that Scuba hoodie, the Dojo Flare jeans is a huge bolo style. They are one of 7 for All Mankind's best-selling jeans and top-rated jeans. And this brand gets a lot of mixed reviews from resellers. I think that a big general consensus is that a lot of their stuff doesn't resell for as much that you would think it would based off of the retail price. But brands like 7 for All Mankind, Hudson, Paige, and a lot of other similar brands sometimes don't resell for as much as you would think, which is why checking comps is so important. But for whatever reason, the Dojo Flare jean has a really great resale value, so it is definitely a style you should be on the lookout for when you are sourcing, and that you should be willing to pay up for if you have the opportunity. With that being said, I did pay up for these jeans at a retail arbitrage location. I paid $20 for them and they were new with tags. They did have a couple of flaws on them. I saw some marks near the hem and then there was some weird snag around the knee. But even with those flaws and based on suggested comps, I still listed these jeans for $125. Looking through the sold comps, there were a ton of recent ones. I think that this was the first time that I had seen so many recent sold comps for a specific style. I want to say that when I looked it up the day that I purchased them, there were maybe 60 or 70 sold comps just in the last 24 hours. So I had high hopes that not only would this be a high profit sale, but it would also be a quick sale. I actually received a $106 offer on these jeans while I was recording my most recent YouTube video. So I obviously didn't see that offer until after I was done recording. And I would have accepted that offer because when I sent out an offer to new likers, I would send a $100 offer plus discounted shipping. So obviously that was a reasonable offer to me. And I don't know if the buyer got a little scared that maybe someone else would send an offer, but the buyer ended up canceling that offer and then offering $112 instead. So of course, if I'm willing to accept $106, I will naturally accept the $112 offer. I never had that happen to me, but the buyer actually left me a really sweet review, and I think that they just really wanted these jeans. So I was very happy to accept their offer. And again, this is a huge bolo pair of jeans. If you ever see them pre-owned or new, definitely pick them up. I'd probably be willing to pay up to around $30 to $35 for these jeans, as long as they are new with tags, because I know that if they are new with no flaws, I can at least double my money. And for these slightly flawed new jeans, I still profited $69.60 after fees and cost of goods. Next up was another retail arbitrage find and something that sold very quick. For $20 plus discounted shipping, I sold this Disney and junk food Jacksonville Jaguars t-shirt. This was a little collab, I guess, that Disney and junk food do. When I looked it up on Google Lens, there were a lot of other football t-shirts from this collaboration. The shirt only retails for $35 and I did pay $4.99 for it. But like a lot of these sales, I knew that I might not make a ton of profit, but I will make a quick profit. So I picked it up because we are in the playoff season for the NFL. And when I picked it up, it was just a few days before Jacksonville played against Kansas City. Obviously, Jacksonville lost that game, but this shirt sold just a day after that game. And from the moment I listed it, it got a ton of attention on all of my platforms, even eBay, which is one that is very slow for me. So with all of the likes I was getting, I was just continuously sending that initial 20% off with discounted shipping, hoping that someone would pick it up so I could get that quick sale. And again, the day after Jacksonville lost that game, I sent out the initial offer and the person accepted almost immediately. So after fees and cost of goods, I profited a quick $9.29 for this Jacksonville t-shirt. Next up was kind of a surprising quick sale. These were a pair of shorts that I bought to sell on Whatnot. They were not selling in my activewear shows, and so I figured I would just list them on Poshmark for $20. But in a $30 bundle, I sold these Nike pink running shorts. I've sold Nike running shorts a few times in my Whatnot shows, and Nike is always a really good seller. So I picked up 2 pairs of running shorts. They cost me $3.49 each at one of my favorite thrift stores. But in this bundle, along with these shorts, I also sold a Banana Republic tank top and a J. Crew dress. I did drop the prices on both of those pieces. Since I am now a full-time reseller, I'm trying to clear out a lot of my old stale inventory so that I can make room for more in-demand items like the sold listings that I'm talking about in this video. With that being said, I dropped a ton of my prices as long as I was making a couple bucks, from around that $20 to $30 range all the way down to $5 and $10. I did this on Closet Clear Out Day so that it would be a good incentive for people to buy so they could get that discounted shipping and that it wouldn't come out of my earnings. And I actually sold a decent amount of items, so it was a really great way to clear out some of my inventory to make room for better listings. And my total cost of goods for these 3 items was less than $6, so I was really happy to see them go for a pretty decent profit. So after fees and cost of goods for this entire bundle with these Nike shorts that sold quick, I profited $18.03. All right, we're on to the final sale that I will talk about in this video. For $24 in discounted shipping, I sold these Victoria's Secret pink ultimate seamless leggings. I picked these up at a Plato's Closet 90% off clearance sale. I can't remember exactly, but I think they cost me around $1.60. I will put it below for you all to see though. But as I'm recording this video, I am having a Whatnot activewear show in just 2 days. But I didn't really want all of this activewear just sitting around not making me any money, because I did purchase a lot of leggings at this clearance haul and I purchased them a few weeks ago. So I figured that I would list all of the leggings on Poshmark, and if they sold before the Whatnot show, so be it. I am still making a good profit, and probably more profit than I would make on Whatnot. So if they sold, it would not be a big deal. And whatever doesn't sell on Poshmark before this Whatnot show, I already have all of the information and all of the photos that I can add to my Whatnot show. So with these leggings, I was really happy to still make a quick sale. They sold within about 1 week of listing, and after fees and cost of goods, I profited a quick $15.93 cents for these Victoria's Secret leggings. We have now gone over all of my quick sales of January. Like I said, these were all items that were listed in January and also sold in January in the past 2 weeks. I was really happy with these quick sales, especially because a lot of these items were items that I purchased knowing that even if I don't make a lot of profit, they will be quick sales because they are either best sellers or they are fashion trends for 2023. So if you watch my most recent video on how to scale your Poshmark business and you are wondering if it's worth it to pay up for in-demand items, here is your proof because a lot of these in-demand items will get you a really quick sell-through rate. So if you are still here watching, I really appreciate you supporting my channel. As I said, I'm a new full-time reseller because I recently withdrew from law school, which was a really huge step and a very scary step to take. But I'm really excited about being a full-time reseller. I had a really successful first month, and I hope that if you want to see more of my reseller content, you will stick around with me for my weekly videos. But overall, I just really appreciate you all watching and supporting my channel. And now that we're at the end of this video, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you for the next video.